Yo, Haven, what's good? Listen, I've been in YouTube jail since February 26th. You know what I'm saying? I am recording this now just to let you guys know that we're going to be doing this things a little different. This is going to be a rerun of the footage that got me placed into YouTube jail. I just removed the clips that got me put into YouTube jail. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, let's roll the intro. Full disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Any and everything you see on this channel is merely speculation. Viewer discretion is advised. Please do your own homework and research for proper discernment. You know what I mean? So for bro in the back, sis in the back, with panties is always in a bunch, drawers are too damn tight, relax, pipe down. You choose to be here, you don't gotta be. So remember that before you fix your lips to say something stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's beyond me. It really is. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, I'm highly grateful, and thankful for all you guys who've been rocking out from the beginning, showing love, spreading love, having this energetic exchange we normally do on a regular. You know what I'm saying? I do miss you guys a lot. You know what I'm saying? I can't upload yet, but I'm just letting you guys know now, as if I am uploading. I miss you guys dearly. I will see you soon. I can't wait to go back up, honestly. When we able to go back to our regular schedule, yeah. But I've been in YouTube jail since the previous presentation, which was what, February the 26th. We was gonna go on a break on the 27th, come back the 28th, Friday Night Live. Remember that? Yeah. They blew it for us. They blew it. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, anyone and everyone who has ever sown to see with me, it will be returned 100-fold. As the Most High uses you as divine vessel to divine support yours truly, because all about divine support. I just want to say grace, gratitude, and thanks. Peace and prosperity, you and yours. Never goes unnoticed. Will lead to the top of the channel, the foundation of my well-being. If you'd like to do the same, the Cash App and PayPal links are in the video description. You are not obligated. For the people in the back who always got some weird stuff to say, they are not obligated. Relax, pipe down. It's not that damn serious. You need to invest your energy into yourself. Find some creativity for yourself to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody show that type of love for you. Anyhow, y'all know what's up, Haven. I want to go on a water fast, guys. I want to do some type of water fast. Cause look, I'm breaking out. I'm getting bumps on my face. I got one hair inside my hair, like my facial hair. It's terrible. I've been eating rice, spaghetti noodles. It's terrible. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy staying on an alkaline-based diet when you don't have much of a financial security. So it's been tough lately, you know what I'm saying? And I noticed the difference. Like, I'm being psychologically attacked. Like, my astral travels are 50-50. Is going back to that, or maybe 60-40. Like, it'd be vivid and clear, but then when I get back to the realm, it's like I have a hard time remembering. Sometimes I'll remember everything. Sometimes it'd be blurry. It's stupid. You feel what I'm saying? Then it's like, y'all heard me tell you guys before, if it's something I'd rather not eat or I don't want to eat, I wouldn't eat it at all. I've been eating rice. I've been stopped eating rice. Like, I started eating rice for the past, what, maybe month or two. I'm over it. Like, I want to get back to being alkaline based as far as not eating certain things and all of that, because I already know what's up, how the food is, how it's tainted and all of this and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the reason why I say psychological warfare is because I feel like, let's just say, how could I say this? The system, the matrix, this reality that we're in, this game that we're playing, that's designed to go against us, to prevent us. Well, you know, the beings are controlling certain things for us to prevent us from overcoming and all of that. I feel like it's working against me. Like, yo, nah, he's getting too close to this. He's finding too much out. He's finding too much out. Like, he's finding out way too much. He's experiencing way too much, way too fast. Things like that. So, you feel me? I'm just letting you guys know I really would like to go on a water fast. I'm gonna go on a water fast, but it's a mental thing. I need to be strong-willed to do it. You feel me? Like, I be saying, oh, I'm gonna do it, but then Once that hunger kick in, they be like, and I know that's the parasites from the rice and the dead spaghetti noodles. I know it is. You feel me? Because before, like I said, I wouldn't eat something I wouldn't want to eat, or rather not eat. I wouldn't even eat. Then it be times where I don't even be having water. You know what I'm saying? Be like, damn, like I'm dry fasting. It be like that sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But right now I got a bunch of water. I got a bunch of water. We just got a bunch of water in the house. So I need to be strong-willed and just get through it. 72 hours at least. 3 rotations. Did I say 3 days? I hope not, man. I've been speaking to people who don't even, you know what I'm saying, who's not even aware of their vocabulary. Like that. It's so annoying that I even converse with people who don't even check the words or don't even have the awareness or even questioning, like, why does he say this? Why does he, you feel me? Like I be having to, I just came up with a thought, like, why am I dimming my light just to have a conversation with somebody? Or why am I toning myself down just to have a conversation with somebody? I need to check myself for that. Forget blaming other people that don't. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Feel me? But I highly dislike speaking to people who don't understand and understand certain things that I say, is what I'm trying to say. Anyhow, I'm going on the rant, I'm talking too much. This is just a rerun. I'm just doing a quick intro, things like that. Y'all know what's up. So great guys, and thanks for all you guys rocking out from the beginning. Thanks. Yeah, just thanks for everything. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for everything. There will be no outro on this presentation. So yeah, great gratitude and thanks for watching. Great gratitude and thanks for rocking out from the beginning. Great gratitude and thanks for the energetic exchange. Great gratitude and thanks for anyone and everyone who has ever sold a seed with me. It will be returned 100-fold. I love you guys deeply, honestly. Yeah, let's get it. I'll see y'all soon. I love y'all.
So I see the demons out here trying to everybody on why Trump, the database, misconduct. They're trying to spin it as in he's trying to get rid of all the evidence of what they've done. But let me break this down to y'all. Already know I can relate to almost anybody and make these things they're trying to confuse you with seem so simple because they're making it seem so difficult. Like I say, that's the easiest way to spot a demon. And always remember, these words are spells. When Trump is talking, he try to be direct and clear on what he's saying, versus the demons. They'll use words they already know you will get confused with. So check it. I found this article right here. Trump Department of Justice removes database tracking police misconduct. So this database was created to help law enforcement agencies make more informed hiring decisions when considering applicants with a history on their force. As y'all can see, Trump was the one that floated the idea back following George Floyd's death. And then Biden was the one to put it through the executive order in 2022 and became launched in 2023. The thing here is Trump was going to use it for something else versus what Biden used it for. So I'm going to explain how Biden used it versus how Trump was planning on using it. First, I'm going to start off with this database was never deleted. Only the demons are trying to make you think all the information is gone. It is still there. They just can't hop up on there and manipulate anything. That's what they're afraid of for obvious reasons. Trump was actually planning on having this database available for all law enforcement, meaning like a private site that only they can access, but everyone can, to make sure they don't hire criminals, which are rogue officers that don't believe in the law because they above the law in their mind. And as y'all can see, everything's listed on this database on what they was looking for to make their hires. But what Biden did was completely hide it from all law enforcement, so they wouldn't even know who they're hiring. You see, these executive orders can be used for the good or the bad. The demons clearly use it for the bad, and it appears as Trump is taking the blame for what they done. But I'm gonna take this a step deeper. So I'm about to give you a few examples from my personal life so I can understand how it can really affect somebody from what they're doing and what they about to do with the database. So some years back, like in 2016, right, I had gotten this brand new Mazda 6, the 2017 version. So I was the first one in town with it, and it had 22s on that thing, right? So one day I'm riding down the road, and I see cops everywhere. They're literally setting people up and pulling them over, right? So of course I'm always vigilant on the road because I work on the road. So I've slowed down. I'm going 30 and a 35, right? So I'm driving down the hill, and next thing you know, a cop was right behind me. So I hit a left, hit a left, hit a right, hit a right. I was like, ain't no way you about to pull me over, buddy. And I pulled me over, right? Boom. So I'm like, why am I getting pulled over? I wasn't speeding, right? This dude said I was going 47 in a 35 when I know for a fact I was going 30 miles per hour. Long story short, he said I could fight in court, and I was like, I'll see you there. So in between court time, I had to learn how to present my case, which I did, right? So court come, right? And he asked me his questions. Boom. It's my turn to ask questions. So the first question I asked, how did he catch me speeding? Then he said he used LiDAR detection, right? But during my process of learning how to present my case, I had to think about every question he could have possibly asked, or every response he could have possibly asked, right? But boom, I know I had his ass right there. So I was like, how did you catch me speeding going down a hill on a curve if LiDAR detection could only detect a straightaway, as in on a highway? The dude was speechless. The judge looked at him like he was stupid, and then looked at me and said guilty. And from that day forward, I already knew the system is rigged beyond repair. And the crazy thing is, I ended up delivering the judge his mail the next day. And then he had that speechless look on his face because he knew he was wrong. But after that, maybe a week or so afterwards, I was riding around and then I rolled by a group of cop cars, right? I see one slide out and then he started following me. Then he, boom, lied at me for no reason. Hit the left, right, the same thing. I'm like, I can't be getting pulled over again. So boom, I pulled over. I asked why I'm pulled over. He had no answer. You know what I'm saying? Asked my ID and everything. So boom, gave my ID, came back. And I was like, what's up? I just came from court. I'm like, why am I keep getting pulled over for no reason, bro? And basically I explained the dude that just pulled me over that I had court with, right? I told him his name and the dude just looked at me. He just shook his head just like this. Then he walked back to his vehicle, right? And he came back and gave me a warning because he knew it was a setup. And then after that, probably in a period about 9 months, I probably got pulled over about 3, 4 more times, right? And I know at least 3 of those times I got tickets for no reason. So y'all know what that is? A domino effect. Now my insurance rates was looking at $600-700 a month, bro. I remember back in the day, that was rent. Like that alone could have destroyed my life. If I wasn't for the post office that saved me a few $100s off of that, which I'm still paying, I was still paying like $400 something a month for insurance for years for no reason. Another example, just last year, I got in a car accident at work. I was literally just at a stop sign, crossing an intersection in the middle of a neighborhood, bro, going like 5-10 miles per hour. I got T-boned on my door by a lady going 45-50 miles per hour in a 25 under a yield sign, bro. It was clear as day she was speeding and not paying any attention. Because why are you going that fast in a neighborhood? But guess what? They had the nerve to blame me. I mean, for one, because it's easier to always blame the post person because we have direct access to the treasury. And for two, they could just target whoever they want to because they could choose who they want to give the ticket to, whoever they want to. And you know what I'm saying? Any accident. And all I'm going to say is, you know, color has a lot to do with it. I don't care what nobody say. That's how I be a lot of times. So anyways, I end up getting a ticket for the accident. That was clearly her fault. And not only that, it was a criminal offense while I'm at work, bro. Meaning, if I'm charged with that, that means I'm technically considered a criminal from an accident that happened at work. That wasn't my fault. So now I'll be on the list like I was before and keep getting pulled over and harassed because I look like a criminal in the system. But luckily, I went to court and made sure they didn't charge me with that because I was going to fight the charge. But they decided to drop it because they knew the charge was wrongfully and they knew I had a whole case and I wasn't going to let this slide because I showed out at the accident scene. I'm not going to lie because why? Y'all trying to give me a criminal charge? That's hers. She hit me going twice the speed limit in a neighborhood under a blinking yield sign, bro. Like it was so obvious. But I said all that to say this. The misconduct all the police officers continuously do literally changes people's lives. It's a domino effect after the fact. So since the executive order was used in the wrong way, they brought to clean that up and make everything public. Like when I mentioned earlier, the database that has all the misconduct on it was only accessible to law enforcement officers, right? It's going to be accessible just like our credit report. So all the public can see it if they choose to buy it. Meaning the police can't even hide their own stuff if they wanted to. This is the only way they have full transparency to the society. So we can all choose if these people are fit to even be a police officer, a deputy. You know what I'm saying? Any law enforcement, anybody in the system, they need the permission of the people. And if we see their record and we deem it not fit for our community, boom, you can't be in our community trying to protect it because you are a tyrant. You're a rogue officer. You cannot be on the force of any good because oftentimes it's a source of bad. They usually coerce you into breaking the law, which leads down the wrong path plenty of times. We all seen it. For instance, let's say you about to get pulled over for no reason. Let's say you might have a little something in the car, but you ain't bothering nobody. Now you want to go on a police chase because you're afraid to go to jail. When technically, if you have anything and you didn't harm anybody, that's not breaking the law. It's breaking the policy. And I'm gonna make a video about that because a lot of people don't know there's a difference of the law and policy. The policy is a legal system they placed on top of the lawful system, which is a system of universal law, which goes beyond this realm. But anyways, I hope y'all picked up what I put down. Y'all know how to keep it. Y'all be gods. Peace.
Two men are going around famous rappers' houses and dropping off coffins at their front doorstep. The first person who got a coffin was Tekashi 6ix9ine, and there's an upside down cross on it, and it says R.I.P. King Von. Two men dressed up as delivery drivers, and they dropped this off, and they said before they left, they got on their knees and prayed. The next person who got it was DJ Khaled, and he just got one, and it says R.I.P. Drake on it. Now, these two do have some beef, so I don't know if this is some type of prank or they're sending a message or some type of threat, but I'll show you some of the body cam footage, and these things are just creepy.
Over here, they dropped off this bullshit, and there's like some animals in there. There's like, yeah, there's holes. Look, you can come look. I wouldn't touch it.
What kind of?
I don't know. I don't want to open it. This has
The box says Pet Supermarket. It has little
Yeah.
holes. You don't know if there's any animals in that box.
I don't know what it is. It's a snake or something. I don't want to touch any of that. And it's moving.
Bottle of Purell.
Bottle of what?
Hand sanitizer? Yes.
Nothing.
No, that's empty.
I was gonna give y'all the esoteric breakdown like I do with everything else. However, I heard this theory one time that really blew my wig back. On spiritual mysticism as well as quantum metaphysics, there's a belief that when somebody is born with an extra body part, like a finger, toe, whatever, this is because there were two timelines that merged at the same time. Or that these were two separate beings, two separate souls that merged into one. I'm not going front. When I first heard it, I was like, what? Huh? As you start listening, as you sit on it, as you take the information in, it starts to make sense. So let's talk about it. When I say two separate souls, this could mean twin, past life versions of themselves, or even two souls that fused before birth. Think about it. Conjoined twins don't fully separate in the womb. What if on a spiritual level, some twins don't split at all? Instead, they merge into one person, even behind only small traces of their duality. So a finger, toe, limb, even split brain personality could be evidence of this fusion. One interpretation is those born with extra fingers were meant to be twins. Instead of being in two separate bodies, their souls combined into one vessel. This can manifest as feeling like you got two sides to your personality. They like to call it bipolar. Think about somebody who one moment they introverted, next moment they extrovert. They don't know what they want to be. Or you having dreams or memories that don't feel like yours. Kind of like another version of you exists somewhere else. You also may have an intense sense of duality. You constantly feel torn between different paths, destinies, and of course different emotions. This concept is also deeply tied to twin flames and soul fractal, the idea that some souls actually exist in multiple bodies at once. But in rare cases, instead of incarnating here separately, they actually form into one. Let's go with the past life theory, saying that the extra finger could be a remnant from a past life. Maybe in that life you were physically different. So some cultures believe that when some souls reincarnate, they carry over some features from their past life. So this means you could have possibly had 6 fingers in the past life too. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but 6 fingers is also associated with being a healer. Beyond human, for real. Supernatural. This connects to the idea of etheric imprint. These are spiritual blueprints that sometimes appear in new lifetimes. Think of it like your body couldn't erase what fully came before. Oh, you was born with a little extra. But quantum mysticism, it suggests that reality is not as fixed as we think. So sometimes 2 different versions of a person can collapse in one reality. So this means that somebody with an extra finger could actually be carrying 2 consciousness in one body. Signs of this is usually a sense of deja vu beyond normal experiences. Like you always remembering living twice at the same time. Or if you feel like you have knowledge or skills that you never learned, like you always been naturally good at it. You always feel like 2 timelines playing out at once. This really is hinting at something bigger than reincarnation. I'm talking about like interdimensional merging. What if some people weren't meant to be twins in this life? They actually exist in 2 different realities that fused into one. And I forgot about this one, the cosmic mutation theory. It says that extra fingers are the sign of an evolving species. I'm like, what the hell that mean? Well, it means a species that's transitioning to something more advanced, somewhat aligning with the ancient civilization stories about Atlantis and Lemuria. Because they saying that people from Atlantis and Lemuria from back then had ancient psychic abilities. I mean, beyond words, as well as greater dexterity. They had a whole nother relationship with energy. Or maybe people born with extra fingers are remnants from that evolution. You know, they could be part of a genetic awakening and carrying traces of a more advanced form of humanity. Because it existed long before humanity remembers is foreign to it. So if you or someone you know was born with an extra finger, you're not just different. You're definitely carrying something ancient and something sacred. Or possibly something that was meant to be more than one. Like I said, you was either meant to be two people, but destiny merged you into one. Living a multi-dimensional experience. Multiple timelines converge into a single body. You have access to sudden knowledge or skills that come from the other side or the other half of who you were meant to be. I look at it as an energetic marker. So whether you were meant to be two people carrying knowledge from past lives or existed in multiple realities at once, your body left you a clue. But let me remind you, you different for a reason. Maybe that extra piece of you is the key to unlock something that most people could never even fathom. So for anybody out there with an extra finger or extra limb of any sort, embrace that energy. Learn more about who you are, who you were. Every single thing on our body tells a story. Let me know which one of these theories resonate with you the most. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching. The Son of God has never been about the S-O-N. You've been looking for God outside yourself long enough, searching for proof, looking for answers. The whole time the proof been shining on you every single day. The Son is God, the Son is Jesus, the Son is you. The sun is the source, and that same essence is flowing through you. The sun isn't just some ball of fire in the sky. It's the force of creation itself. And that same energy fueling that sun is the same energy fueling you. Every atom in your body comes from the remnants of ancient stars. So that means you're literally made of sun energy. Your breath, the oxygen you're inhaling, created through photosynthesis, which is possible because of the sun. Life force is charged by the sun's rays. Your body literally produces vitamin D. What does that do? Boost your immune system? Regulates your energy based on sunlight. You are a walking embodiment of solar energy in human form. I already told y'all my theory about the planets being inside of us. I'm still standing 10 toes down on that. This is just further proving what I'm saying. Well, all this being said, that means you don't need to worship the sun. You know how they want you to worship the Son of God, the S-O-N? But if you are the S-U-N in human form, there would be no need for you to worship what you are. I always love to bring it back to the Bible because somehow, some way, people consider that as proof. What even is proof? Somebody else's opinion written in a book. Got it. Either know because your soul resonates or you don't. But since we love bringing the Bible into things, the Bible low-key tells you that the sun is God. I mean, get your Bibles out and let's jump straight to it. Psalms 84:11. This one not even a metaphor though. It says the Lord God is a sun. And it ain't S-O-N. It says S-U-N. I mean, unless this was a typo. This wasn't no metaphor, no hidden meaning. It was just straight up. And John 8:12 said, Jesus is the light of the world. We gotta start connecting these dots here. Now ask yourself, what's the actual light of the world? The sun. That didn't take no rocket scientist. Matthew 17:2 says, Jesus' face shone like the sun. Every depiction of Jesus shows him with a glowing halo. A solar symbol. I know y'all done heard this one 1,000 times from me, but Malachi 4:2. Son of righteousness shall rise with healing in its wings. I know, they told you it was about Jesus, but ask yourself, why would Jesus be called the Son, S-U-N, of righteousness? Unless he's a personification of the sun itself. So you've been reading it, reciting it, hearing it in church, even regurgitating it to anybody who would listen. But you never questioned it. Once you start to see it, you can't unsee it. If that's not enough proof, why does Jesus and the sun have the same storyline? What you talking about, yeah? Hold your horses. Jesus is just another version of the sun's journey through the sky. Sun dies for 3 days and rises again. You know, they call that winter solstice. I know the time of the year they love harvesting Never mind. Let me not go there. Every year on December 21st, the sun reaches its lowest point and it appears to stop moving. How many days? 3. Then on December 25th, something miraculous happens. What do you know? It rises again. Didn't Jesus die and resurrect on the 25th? Let me also remind y'all that the sun has 12 disciples, aka the 12 zodiacs, 13 if you want to get specific. Pretty funny because the sun moves through 12 constellations throughout the year. They say Jesus was surrounded by 12 disciples. A little messed up though, because they always forget Mary. Like I said, it should really be 13, Ophiuchus, serpent bearer, represented by Mary. But I digress. The sun walks on water every rising and every evening. When the sun rises or sets, it reflects perfectly on the surface, which makes it look like it's walking on water. Just like they said Jesus did. The sun is also crucified at the crosses of the equinoxes. Every year the sun crosses over the celestial equator. This was a moment that ancient culture saw the sun being crucified before its rebirth. Again, here comes Jesus being crucified and resurrected. Something ain't adding up. That's when I realized it's the same story. It was just repackaged to disconnect you from nature, make you worship a person instead of connecting with that divine power that's been within you the whole time, not in that sky. Because last I checked, they also had you thinking that's where space was. Oh, until recently. I'm not done cooking. I promise you're going to be full by the time I'm done. As if what I told you wasn't enough proof. Somebody please answer quickly. What was the name of the original Bible? Wasn't it Helios, which means sun? Biblios, which means book, or the book of the sun. Got it. Bible was always a solar text. They rewrote history to make you believe this was about a man named Jesus. The sun moved just like Jesus did too. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. That's what they say, right? If I'm not tripping, no, I'm not tripping. Jesus' story moves from the east to the west just like the sun. Sun ascends in the sky and is the center of all life, right? So then Jesus ascends into heaven and is called the center of salvation? Are y'all not seeing the problem with this? It's the same story over and over and over again. They gave it a face. The most convenient face they could find. A name that everybody loves fighting over, as if it matters. In multiple religions to make you forget the truth. Sun doesn't need your prayers, your obedience, nor your fear. It doesn't demand worship, judgment, sacrifice. It actually gives simply, freely, unconditionally, endlessly. That's what a true creator does. Why did they make you forget? Because when you know this truth, you stop looking outside yourself for power. You stop giving energy to false narrative. You realize that that same divine force that makes that sun shine flows through you every day. You don't need no middleman between you and the source because you are the source. Let me say this to the few people that was all up in my comments with their 2 cents telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about. I want you to come in real close, a little closer. Don't you project your helpless, indoctrinated, blindly obedient energy onto me just because you need proof, aka someone else to validate what I'm saying. When all you really need to do is sit with yourself and ask yourself, is this true? Don't do scary energy over here. You gotta clutch your Bible, hyperventilate every time new information comes your way. That's a you problem, not mine. It's either you know or you don't know. Belief is cute, and I'm not taking it away from nobody, because belief ties into intention. However, knowing is powerful. So I say to you, these videos are for those it resonates with. Don't hurt yourself listening to something your soul doesn't resonate with. For everybody else, now that you can see the truth, what you gonna do with it? Because it's time to step into your true power. For anybody who wanna fight and tussle in the comments because I'm saying that, go heal that. Remember who you are. You're not tussling with me, you tussling with yourself. Make sure y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
Remain silent. On the days you have to recalibrate your frequency. You know the days you wake up and you're not quite feeling yourself? These are the days I'm talking about. Because the demons in the astral realm will wait an unlimited amount of time for the moment to attack you. They can sense a disease in your frequency and will follow you in hopes that you run into a low vibrational person that's able to manipulate your energy. They will possess their vessel in hopes of creating an issue to lower your frequency so they can possess you. This is the real reason why things go from 0 to 100 real quick. No matter how big or small the situation is, it's almost impossible to de-escalate the situation because it's a literal, direct spiritual attack. You can physically feel it. You'll get the chills as if you're cold because it's a low frequency entity approaching. Then you'll start to feel weak because your energy is now being drained from you. Soon you'll get that rush to the top of your head and start feeling hot because it's your high frequencies fighting off the attack. This is the feeling you get right before you lose yourself, and you have to make that decision because it's the moment your vessel is open for possession, which is a transfer of negative energy.
Remember the story of the Mayans when they predicted that our world will end in 2012, but nothing happened, so people started to celebrate. What if I told you our timeline is fucked up and our world really did end in 2012? The real question is, how did the Mayans know that our world was going to end in 2012? That's because there's nothing new under the sun. The people that control this world right now, they are known as the timekeepers. They know how to change the dates on the calendar, even the years, even the zodiac signs. 2012 was really 2020. I mean, you can't feel something different after COVID passed. The world feel really strange. Not just the world, but people. Right now, there are so many spirits walking around thinking that they are still alive. No, my friend, you are in limbo. Symbols and logos is the language of the universe. When 2020 hit, they said you had to stay 6 feet apart. We should all know when we die, we get buried 6 feet. This was a spiritual message trying to let us know that most of us actually did die in 2020. Sometimes people die and they don't want to accept that they're dead, so they keep roaming the world with the rest of us. Don't it feel like the world is getting real cold? Food prices keep getting higher. There's more pedals being exposed. If you listen to rap music, you have people calling themselves demons. You have so many young children going out there committing all kind of crimes. The UFOs, the drones. We have weirdos in office. Artificial intelligence is taking over. We are losing all of our rights. We don't even have free speech no more. We don't even have free will no more. The reason why we're losing all of our rights is because our world really did end in 2020. We had people on the internet committing all kind of crimes, knowing that they're being recorded, but they still commit the crime. It's like something in their mind don't work no more. We had people acting like NPCs on the internet. Why the fuck would you want to be an NPC? These prophecies really did take place. It's just that so many people are numb, they can't see it. They can't feel it. We have a mixed population on this planet right now. We have the chosen people, or people that woke up, and we are living with the zombies or the people that's in limbo. You ever get this weird feeling when you go outside that everybody is just watching you? Everybody want to touch you? That's because most of the people are trying to take your life force. In 2020, people was fighting over the toilet paper. This was a symbolic message from the universe letting us know that the universe is tired of our shit. You know, you gotta use toilet paper to wipe your ass when you take a shit. This was a spiritual meaning, but no one caught on to it. All you have to do is step back and look at the world and you will get it. If you want to know more, check out my ebook, link in my bio.
Yo, Council, this is a video from back in the day, over there in the UK. And as you can see, this is some of those celestial orbs making crop circles. Council, those crop circles were messages for us right now. They were telling us about this conduit that's being opened, about the expanse and the new range, the new earth. These orbs are nothing new. They've been around for a long time. The conduit is just so open right now that they can't be hidden anymore. It's the new atmosphere. We've been getting the message for a long time. Some people just aren't picking up. If you want to get with the new wave, the new reality, I told you, you got to adjust your mind. Again, this is nothing new. They were telling us for a long time what's about to go down. Those of us who are paying attention, we moved accordingly. The rest shall fall by the wayside in the mitosis. Anyway, my real ones, spiral up and let's go. Bang, bang. Yeah. Yo, fam, they've been running the cover up for a long time. Many different psyops trying to hide the truth from you. All you have to do is go within and use your discernment. You know what's fake from what's real. And what's real is the natural spiral. There's things in nature that's beyond our overstanding. The only thing we can do is move accordingly and blossom. Let's go. Bang, bang. Yo, Council. It took me a second to figure out what was going on here. No, it's not CGI. It's not AI. Take your time. Look closely. There is something attached to this bear feeding off of it. Some type of giant parasitic arthropod, and it's feeding on this bear. Guys, look what they have to go through to get it off the bear. They're sawing, cutting, burning. I have never seen anything like this in all my days. This is disgusting. It's hard to look at, hard to watch. I don't even want to see it. But you guys tell me, have you ever seen anything like this in your life? I doubt it. This is an alien parasite. This is what's going on in the range. This is why I say raise the frequency, adapt or die. This is what's going on. The mitosis has to take place. We need to leave these creatures in hell and expand The gates are opened up. Choose wisely. Bang, bang. Yeah. Alright, so council, this is the polar bear footage from earlier. And Felix, who is a graphic designer, ran the footage through a filter to see if it's AI or not, or any kind of CGI. And as you guys can see here, it says there's only an 8.3% chance that this is AI. There are no AI generated pixels in the footage. Family, I'm telling you guys, this is real. We live in the modern age. Any picture, any photograph, if it's AI or CGI, you can always run it through a filter and find out for yourself. Here is the footage after being run through a filter. You can look at it for yourself, read it right there, and thank you, Felix, once again for this receipt. Family, so if it's not AI generated and it's not CGI, again, you guys tell me what is going on here. Anyway, source got out. Bang, bang. Yeah. Yeah, my real ones, that's why we always come with the receipts. The team rolls too heavy. You cannot stop the chop. So like I said, you let me know in the comments how you feel about this one. Is the ice wall melting or is the ice wall melting? And since we know what it is, brace yourselves. Bang, bang.
Ladies and gentlemen, as well.
We are being evacuated off of the plane. We are being evacuated off of the plane. I don't record. I recorded the whole time. I recorded the evacuation and all.
Yeah.
That. The smoke and all. Y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna play with me.
Come on, breathe, please.
Just wait a minute. We're trying to find the pilot.
This was the view today, February 24th, on a Delta plane. This is the 1 millionth plane in the last 3 months that are having crazy issues. Imagine you've been watching the news for months and every single day you're seeing all these planes go down randomly, go upside down, and explode, all sorts of crazy stuff. You're in the cabin and smoke starts filling everywhere. I mean, in just a few days ago, somebody video recorded what appears to be duct tape right up on the wing of one of these planes. A different plane, of course. For the record, some claim it's speed tape, but again, we're looking at thousands of planes going down in months. Am I the only person that finds it extremely weird and suspect? At what point do they open an investigation?
We're taking a live look from the world's busiest airport where a Delta flight had to make an emergency landing. A return to Atlanta's airport this morning, forced to return just minutes later.
Very scary flight for some Delta Airlines passengers this morning when their plane filled with smoke and they were forced to make an emergency landing here.
after takeoff. They were in the air when the smoke filled the plane. So what do y'all think about this? Flying in 2025 seems to be extremely risky.
True fact while I'm juggling these apples. Processed food is going to keep you stuck in this system, stuck in this matrix. That's why the inorganic ones who run this shit show that we live in advertise and put processed food everywhere in the shops, because they want you to be eating it because they understand that it lowers your vibration and it will keep you controlled in their system. But if you actually eat what I'm juggling, fruit, you know, your apples, any fruit really is high vibrational. It's electric food. You're an electrical being. You know, you need electric food in your system. That's how you raise your vibration, and you can actually break free from this system. Break free from the illusions that are surrounding you. So put down the processed food and start eating your fruits and vegetables, because this is actually how you're going to raise your vibration. I don't think you want to be stuck in this system no more, you know, eating the bullshit that they give you.
Peace to the gods and goddesses. I'm going to read a few pages out of the holy tablets for you today. Tablet 9, the evolutionary process. 19 times 14 equals 266. Lo, you are about to embark upon the truth. I shall take you a step further into the world of true right knowledge, right wisdom, and the right overstanding. For many years, humans have pondered about the evolution of the inhabitants of the planet Earth. The question was in the minds of the humans as to where each species and each life form evolved. You must learn of the evolutionary process. This will give you great knowledge of which is right and exact, and right wisdom, right overstanding, and sound right reasoning of how and where the 9 ether versus the 6 ether came about. Now let us begin by learning of a time before when a large craft from the Ninga fleet, thought to be a meteorite, crashed into the planet, shearing off the lower half of it. That was 24 billion years ago. This caused the development of Earth's shape and form as you know it today, bringing with it new kinds of life forms, some to make residence beneath the seas of what's called Bimini today, where a great empire of reptilians thrive even unto this day. Thus, this empire located in the Atlantic Ocean in the area called the Bermuda Triangle or Angel's Triangle. Other life forms took shape on the surface of the earth. It was gases and electrical sparks that formed the complex molecules from the simple ones originally planted here some 76 trillion years ago. For billions of years, life continued to consist of no more than simple cells, yet with intelligence. As time passed, more complicated cells were born, and these cells gradually became even more complicated cells, which were given birth until they eventually combined with each other or married to give birth to even larger organisms. The more complicated an organism, such as an algae, the larger its brain is. Thus, the more intelligent it became. These living organisms evolved out of the water, through the ammonia, and onto the soil. Millions of years after that, the next group of animals developed called metazoans. Their bodies were composed of specialized cells grouped to form tissues, organs, and systems, much like the animals of today. These animals multiplied and diversified, and over a period of 19 million years evolved into man. Many types of animals and dragons called terrible lizards or simply dinosaurs. This was the first evolution of life on the planet Earth. These inhabitants went through many changes such as the ice age glaciers, volcanoes, and earthquakes. During this time, there were also problems with the dinosaurs and humans. The evolution of the dinosaurs and humans was imbalanced to the point that the dinosaurs were much bigger than humans. They were killing them off. These humans were of the Homo erectus species that had 6 ether hair covering most of the bodies. Dinosaurs also classified or divided into separate groups. one being called the Sarushia, lizard hips. He's a four-legged plant-eating dinosaur and can also be a meat-eating dinosaur, and the other being Ornithissica, bird hip. This group of dinosaurs is your two-legged plant eaters and all of your armored dinosaurs, and your Ornithissica. The forward pointing bone has swung around in order that it can point backwards and forwards. And Saurischia have hip bones that are found within reptilians. These three bones point in different directions. Then two names are in reference to the arrangement of three bones of the pelvis. In the Saurischia, these bones were arranged similar to that of modern crocodiles and lizards. These are your tenine. While the pelvis of the Ornithissica was bird-like, therefore humans developed from a one-cell animal which developed into a water creature. And these humans are tadpoles or reptilians for the first 3 months in their mother's womb. This is why humans still have webbed hands, gills, and scales in their own evolution. With the help of their mammalian parent, they become the root seed of mammals later, called the human being. In its primeval state, they climbed upon the landmass and developed into land creatures, and then to genus Homo onto Homo amaeus. And then land creatures that were once tadpoles or reptilians grew while in their mother's womb from 3 months plus 3 months more. During that period, they were connected to an umbilical cord, umbilicus or navel, that is on the abdomen of the fetus and is connected to the placenta. This mark on the surface of the abdomen of mammals who once dwelt in a marina or water is where the umbilical cord, also called umbilicus, was. This central point or middle is attached during the gestation. This very word navel comes from the Middle English word nephala, and is the same as the Aramaic Hebrew down, nephila, nephilim, to fall down, which is the same word in the phonetics of the language. It is a clear picture in these days and times that the words navy, naval, and marina tie in. This is a confession that man has a tadpole. This is a confession that man was a tadpole, and was considered a sea creature. Life forms that evolved from the sea were water vertebrates that did not appear until 500 million years ago, and land vertebrates followed about 100 million years ago. About 225 million years ago, there were fish in the waters as well as sea plants. Most amphibians had made the transition from water to dry land. The plants on the dry land attached to the amphibians to evolve into reptiles. The dolphins, as a whale, went from the stars to the plant in the sea, then onto land, then back into the sea as a whale. Crocodiles are a remnant of that evolutionary phase also. From about 225 million years ago to 65 million years ago, which is the period of time often referred to as the dinosaur age, evolved two main line of egg-laying reptilians, those who could fly, which evolved into birds like the pterodactyls, from the Greek pteron, meaning feather, wing, and dactyls from the Greek finger, and those who roamed and dominated the plant earth as dinosaurs, called the Tyrannosaurus rex, tyrant reptile, or terrible lizards. These reptiles evolved alongside with a variety of amphibians and water lizards away from the oceans and their water life, which was fully of activity. When humans came out of water, your solution jumped billions of years. When humans crawled on land, they were in the form of what looked like crocodiles. If you examine the back of the spinal column of humans, you can see knots up and down the spinal column. Millions of years ago, it was a fin. This fin or cell was used to conduct heat and regulate heat, and the body had to mutate. Behemoth mankind to this day still has at the end of his spinal column an extension called a coccyx that is a tail as well as wings under the arm and webbed hands. This human developed from what you would call a dinosaur today. Much love to the collective. So I was going through my photos. Oftentimes the gods and goddesses send me photos, and I seen this particular image. This was from the California wildfires. If you look in the distance, you can see the UFOs lining up in the back. All over the planet, people are seeing activity in the skies. There are going to be a lot more people seeing ships. There's lots of new extraterrestrials that actually arrived to our planet. I remember the James Webb Telescope spotted that large UFO. There's also been a lot more portals opening up around the planet as well. These are celestial wormholes or gateways that these extraterrestrial biological entities use for travel. You're probably noticing a lot more orbs, so you're probably noticing a lot more ships in the sky. Believe it or not, these ships also have the ability of cloaking themselves as planes, okay? They'll tell you that it's an optical illusion called parallax when you see a plane that appears not to be flying or moving or stationary, but these are actual ships that have cloaking technology. This is one of the reasons they spray our skies, not only to block our connection with the ionosphere and from receiving cosmic downloads, but also to prevent us from seeing the activity that actually takes place. For years, they've been very interested in these extraterrestrial biological entities, okay? And this is why they developed Area 51, which stands for Alien Research Engineering Association. Most of the ships you see in the sky are actually government made. The metallic ships are government drones. Most of the ships that actually look like flying saucers are allegedly controlled by our world leaders. Everything you ever heard about angels or demons were actually just extraterrestrial biological entities from other worlds. Now, believe it or not, a lot of these celestial beings are your cosmic family, okay? Some of you actually have sisters, brothers, you actually have children that actually from other worlds, okay? And some of you women actually been abducted and took into other planets and actually used as mating sources for children off-world and just don't remember it. When they showed you in Men in Black, when they have technology to actually erase your memory, this is true. All right, some of us can be taken in our sleep. We'll think we're in a dream. We'll think we're in an astral projection experience. And we'll really be on other worlds with celestial, extraterrestrial, biological entities that are our star family. And sometimes we're not ready for certain information, so they'll give us little bit by little bit. All this time, religion has been actually referring to extraterrestrial biological entities that have been in communication with man on Earth, man on the planet, all right? And they've been drawing pictures of these beings and hieroglyphics, different pictures of ships, different things. They call them flying chariots because they couldn't understand exactly what they were seeing. And these were beings from other worlds that they were in contact with. The ones that hijack this realm want to use us as an energy source, all right, for loosh, what's called loosh. These beings actually feed off anxiety, grief, guilt, your low frequency energies, and they don't have the ability of ascertaining higher dimensional realms of consciousness. So they envy us because of that. Actually don't want us to wake up and realize how powerful we are and realize that we are the god or goddesses that we have been seeking. They want you enveloped in religion. They want you to give away your power. A lot of these beings, a lot of these extraterrestrial beings take on the image of political leaders, all right? But they're actually shapeshifters, allegedly. They are not like us. Now, those that have starseed lineages to higher angelics are actually waking up. Those are the ones that are promoting love, the love frequency, and actually promoting Christ consciousness and the Emerald Order. It's important to remember that we are the fallen angels of light, okay? And this is primarily why we're going to see a lot more ships visiting, all right? They're very interested in our ascension process. They need us to wake up in order to wake up the rest of the collective. The savior that you're waiting for is actually inside you. It's actually a part of your higher self that you're going to channel and activate. This is one of the reasons they have been pulling you away from your higher self. They don't want you connecting to your primordial essence. Now, if you have been seeing lights in the sky, in ships, it's because your star family has a message for you, okay? You're probably seeing a lot of angel numbers and things of that nature. A lot of 333s, 111s, 444s, and things of that nature also. Important to know that we are about to be going through some massive upgrades, okay? Massive upgrades, cosmic family, all right? So this is the time that you want to cleanse your body. Right now, you should be using lots of chlorophyll, cilantro, chlorella to detox any toxic metals out of your body, such as lead, cadmium, mercury, aluminum, etc. These toxic metals have adverse effects on your connection to higher dimensional planes. You should be utilizing herbs like Haritaki to decalcify as well as activate our pineal gland. We should be utilizing elixirs like Ormus because it's an orbitally rearranging monatomic element and it actually heals on a quantum level. The attack is on the DEA, it's on the DNA. Some allege that Ormus is great for combating deceptive nanotechnology in things like graphene oxide as well as microplastics. Utilization of elixirs like carbon-60 is going to be great for mitochondrial biogenesis, and it's going to allow you to receive more cosmic downloads. Again, the attack is on your genetics. The objective is to prevent cosmic light cold activation and celestial downloads. Cilantro and chlorella is the best for chelation therapy and removal of heavy metals, okay, such as aluminum, lead, cadmium, and mercury. Aluminum is a byproduct of fluoride. Remember, shows like X-Men and Avengers are based on your real abilities. These light ships and extraterrestrial biological entities are actually very interested in your ascension process and seeing how far you are coming along. These are beings that were associated with the founder race collectives. A lot of you are Lyran, Octorian, and Anunnaki starseeds. We are in the midst of the Hopi prophecy, gods and goddesses. A lot of you are probably having direct psychic communication with your spirit guides. This is the year of the cosmic serpent and celestial light code activation. You need to meditate and fast more than ever. Discipline yourself to refrain from the processed food. Refrain from the sugar. You must fight the urges of the flesh, gods and goddesses. This is how we elevate to our monad mind. Mind over matter. Detoxing yourself of the parasites will make it a lot easier to go through the fasting process. Sweet wormwood, black walnut, and whole cloves not only kill parasites but also eradicate their eggs. Parasites are basically demons or archons manifested in the physical form. Negative fallen angelics actually use these parasitic organisms to actually help steer and intrude our thought patterns. Some allege that the parasitic organisms were actually placed by the insectoids. Although they're small, they're very intelligent, sentient beings sent to induce the hive mind. Believe it or not, all your fast food companies are associated with these entities. This is the reason they make the bad food so inexpensive and easy to obtain. All high-quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation. Click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to ascension. Everything in reference to the simulation and money matrix is all draconian induced. The concept of bills and having to pay for natural resources that are provided by Prime Source Creator is all draconian influence. This is one of the biggest ways that they control the populace. One of people's biggest forms of anxiety derive from this construct. And in America, it's even worse because they use entertainers, all right? They use entertainers to actually create and perpetuate the glamour lifestyle. All right. And then they actually get individuals to actually strive to become these entertainers. These entertainers are solely put there to give you someone to identify with and look up to. There's also paid social media actors to perpetuate a lifestyle that they actually don't live in order to actually make you desire their lifestyle. Most of what you see is actually false and an illusion. There's a lot of big celebrities and even some content creators that are associated with secret societies. Most of these secret societies are associated with the same deletes and politicians that puppet master this matrix. With so much artificial intelligence, you can't even believe most of what you see lately. Or what the story is, money or anything physical doesn't determine your value. Always remember, the real currency is your energy. This is why it's very important to direct your energy towards higher spiritual pursuits. It's important to remember things like politics and religion are all forms of mind control and manipulation. Always remember that you are the god or goddess that you are looking for. Most religions are built on fear-mongering and manipulation. Are you aware that religion generates $1 trillion alone just in the US yearly? It's time to wake up. Peace to the gods and goddesses. I have been noticing that TikTok has been suppressing me more and more lately. Several individuals have made me aware that TikTok has completely removed the option to share my videos. This is primarily because I tell anyone that's viewing my videos that you are the god or goddess that you are seeking and that religion is a form of mind control. I make the viewers aware that they are a lot more powerful than they've been led to believe. It's important to know that the etymology of government is mind control. Govern means to control and mint means mental. This is one of the main reasons that the government wanted to get rid of this platform. It's primarily because this platform was solely created as a mechanism for distraction. They didn't expect thought-provoking content creators to shift the narrative. See, the thing is, the fallen angelics actually control and puppet master all of the large platforms. Most of the entertainers are actually fallen angelics. This is why a lot of these beings are seen in photos that are centuries old. Some even say that a lot of these entertainers are actually extraterrestrial biological entities. A lot of these beings don't age like us and can actually live in a physical body for hundreds of years. Made you aware that a lot of these entertainers belong to secret organizations and are actually sent to activate your worship gene, which is the VMAT2, the vesicular monoamine transporter. This worship gene was inserted by the Anunnaki, who had a god complex. These beings wanted to be revered and worshipped as gods. Till this day, these same beings are actually suppressing our ascension process. Are actually caught in the midst of a galactic war that's been going on for millions and millions of years. Some of us incarnated at this particular time to help the collective ascend to higher levels of consciousness. All of us have different tasks that we have been assigned to complete. The job is to actually help you achieve light code activation. I made you aware that we are changing from a carbon body to a crystalline structure, okay? We're upgrading from 666 carbon to crystalline, all right? Our 12-strand genetics are being reactivated. One of the things that these deletes want to do is stop that process from taking place. And they use a lot of deceptive machinations to do so. Made you aware of the importance of detoxing the body of toxic metals such as arsenic, lead, cadmium, and mercury. Made you aware that chlorophyll is something that I highly recommend consuming on a consistent basis. Chlorophyll contains a substance called mycelium, which is a fat substance that wraps around unwanted materials to expel them from the body. This could be microplastics, nanotechnology, or toxic metals like aluminum, lead, cadmium, and mercury. Chlorophyll is very similar to the hemoglobin that our body naturally produces. This makes it the best component for detoxification. Some say that the 5G, 6G, and 7G could have microwave-like effects, all right, when it comes in contact with the aluminum, lead, cadmium, and mercury. I made you aware that their objective is to desecrate the God body. In Naples, Florida, they actually studied the mysterious fog and actually discovered that it was Serratia marcescens in the fog, which is a parasitic bacteria that causes all types of illnesses. Some allege that the mysterious fog was actually malicious chemical exposure. Stress the importance of herbs like chrysanthemum. Stress the importance of herbs like oil of oregano. Recently, I went to Buffalo, and everyone around me was getting sick. And I literally was the only one that wasn't getting sick, and it's primarily because I consume oil of oregano every single day. Oil of oregano is also great for removing parasitic bacteria and bad microbiome in the gut. It's a phenomenal anti-inflammatory and great for eradicating free radicals. Do have the oil of oregano available on Holistic Remedies for Ascension, link in bio. During our path to ascension, one of the things we must ensure is that we are holistic, mind, body, and spirit. Most NPCs are actually being manipulated by parasitic organisms. Parasites have the ability of traveling from your colon to your heart to your brain. This is referred to as CNS or Toxoplasma gondii. Most dis-ease is actually attributed to parasitic organisms. It doesn't matter the dis-ease. It can be cancer, AIDS, Ebola, gonorrhea, herpes, syphilis, you name it. All of them are parasitic in nature. Made you aware that sweet wormwood, black walnut, and whole cloves not only kill parasites but also eradicate their eggs. The parasite cleanse that I have available on Holistic Remedies for Ascension is composed of sweet wormwood, black walnut, as well as whole cloves. These are the 3 ingredients that successfully eradicates parasitic organisms. Once you have detoxed and properly cleansed the body of all parasitic organisms, you're going to notice more astral projection experiences, more lucid dreams. You're going to notice more transcendental states of consciousness and downloads. Most of you have a hard time meditating and have poor dream recall due to your diet. Elixirs like Ormus is phenomenal for activating your lucid dream ability as well as astral projection. Ormus actually heals the DNA and reverses the process of senescence, which is aging. Ormus stands for orbitally rearranged monatomic element. Some allege that it actually combats the deceptive nanotechnology as well as microplastics. Do have the Ormus available on Holistic Remedies for Ascension, link in bio. The reason they suppress my message is because they want you very unhealthy and they don't want you to reap the benefits of cosmic light code activation. want you walking around with a black pineal gland. Scientists have found piezoelectric microcrystals inside the pineal gland. And again, the pineal gland is the cosmic antenna to higher dimensions. Pineal gland is composed of magnetites, dendrites, and calcites. Herbs like haritaki will decalcify as well as activate the pineal gland. Herbs like lion's mane mushroom will decalcify as well as activate the pineal gland. Ginkgo biloba is also great for decalcifying as well as activating the pineal gland. There's a lot of things that these deletes do to actually prevent your pineal gland's connection to higher dimensional planes of consciousness. My recommendation is to ensure that you stay alkaline and that you're avoiding processed food and refined sugar. Avoid consumption of fluoride. Use herbs like black seed oil every single day. Black seed oil is rich in thymoquinone and combats diseases such as cancer. You have the black seed oil available on Holistic Remedies for Ascension, link in bio. I don't want you aware that herbs like carbon-60 literally reverse the process of aging or senescence on a cellular level. Carbon-60 is actually composed of condensed shungite. Carbon structure literally has the ability of attaching to the DNA. This could be essential in the eradication of graphene oxide. I literally take it every single day. I do have the carbon-60 available on Holistic Remedies, link in bio. I don't want you aware that soursop or gravolia is actually more effective than chemotherapy. I don't want you aware that cilantro and chlorella is the best for chelation therapy and removal of toxic metals out of your body. I do have the heavy metal detox formula available on Holistic Remedies, link in bio. I want you to know things like dragon's blood resin actually blocks out malevolent spirits. I had a goddess that contacted me once, and she actually made me aware that she had paranormal activity in her home that appeared to be some form of malevolent spirit force. And she asked what was the best way to actually remove this entity from her home. I made her aware of the dragon's blood resin powder, and she actually made me aware that it completely changed the energy in her home completely, removing the malevolent spirit force. This entity actually physically touched her, alright, at first. Alright, so it had a lot of ashe. This dragon's blood resin powder is actually from ancient dragon trees, all right? Magic dragon trees that existed on Tiamat when the realm was full of magic. Do have the dragon's blood resin powder available on Holistic Remedies, link in bio. I don't want you to know that herbs like blue lotus will substantially amplify your ability to astral project as well as lucid dreaming due to the apomorphine content. Lucid dreaming, you have the ability of accessing the Akashic Records, which is the scholastic library of infinite data. For lucid dream, you can learn about past life experiences. You can learn about something you may need to avoid in the future. You can even manifest more abundance through lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming also can be very, very fun. You can fly, you can do anything you want in a lucid dream. Herbs like mugwort are also phenomenal and great for astral projection as well as lucid dreaming. You can also burn mugwort as a natural insect repellent. The thing about these deletes, they know that it's the age of awakening. They know that the sun is actually transforming us and upgrading us. And they don't want you aware of this information that can actually ascend you to your cosmic light body. All high quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation. Click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to ascension.
This is your power. Step into your authentic self, and you will see how much the light within you is going to shine across the whole world. That is your gift, is just being yourself, for who you truly are. In the old reality, the old world that is breaking down right now, everything was in reverse. So people that were on the spectrum were told just to try and be like normal people. But going into this new world, you are meant to be your true self, because you're going to be the leaders showing these normal people how to truly live and be on a higher vibration by being your authentic self. So step into it right now. I'm doing this video. It's a normal world. You know, you go to work, all this bullshit that to distract us, when it is so much more spiritual than that. So my advice would be to start tapping in. Start tapping in here. Your third eye will tell you the truth to everything. These two eyes cannot see past the frequency that they have held us down in. And it's a very low frequency in this world, as we would all know. Look at the darkness that is purging out right now. But the light that is coming in, which is the spiritual realm that's merging in, is going to show you the truth. So get a head start and start tapping in, and you won't be in so much fear because of all the stuff that's about to come into this world, if that makes sense. So say it with me. This world that we live in is a video game. It's a matrix, and it's an illusion that they have tried to manipulate us for a long ass time.
But now is the time where the spiritual realm is coming in, and you are going to see this world for what it truly is. So start tapping in right here.
You know, when you finally wake up, conversations don't be hitting no more, bruh. It's like you're literally talking to yourself. But really, you just want a high vibrational conversation about moving forward in life, about the truth, about this world. You know, something more meaningful than a basketball game, football game, you know, the news, all the BS we be seeing all the time. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I be talking, but I don't really get no joy out of it because it's pointless, literally. Because always in the back of my head, I be thinking like, this person is kind of slow, bro. Like I don't mean to say it like that, but y'all get what I'm saying. If you're awakened and you just see like people they just can't wake up, bro. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Because we got the obvious people that just too dumb to do any research or even try to wake up. You know, like they're a part of the program. They're just NPCs and demons. But then you got the ones that got potential, right? But it's like they don't want to put in work for the potential. And that's what really aggravates me. Because I meet people that I believe they got a chance to wake up, but they really choose not to because they don't want to listen to nothing I say. And it's only because they personally know me. I know that's the real reason. They'll ignore what I say, but then they'll go ahead and send me videos of other people talking about the same thing I be talking about. That should be crazy to me, man. Because now it's like that potential that I've seen for you to progress, you using that to regress, to hate on me on the low. When I'm trying to help you out, you feel me? But I don't know, man. Like I said, conversation ain't conversation. Socializing ain't socializing no more. It's only gossip. Anyways, quick rant. Y'all know how to keep it. Y'all be gods. Hey.
It's designed to keep you distracted, bro. This is why people say they want you distracted. They want you distracted, bro, because there's all this cosmic energy coming from the sun, from Nibiru, from your ancestors, from Xylanthia, all this shit, all this radiation flowing onto the planet right now. All they need is to keep you distracted, bro. That's what people be saying about they want you distracted. And nobody knows what. You know how everybody always say, oh, it's a distraction. From what? You get what I'm saying? Like, from what? This why IG be blocking me, bro. Because I tell y'all, this is what the fuck the distraction is, nigga. Black folk God, and then gamma radiation, boom, 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 boom. All this other shit. That's what the distraction is, nigga. That's the fucking distraction. That is gamma radiation and cosmic radiation, all that, hitting the planet. You can't tap into that because you gotta be focused on whatever rapper just dropped their mixtape.
Your mind. It is the center of your life. It is everything you hear, everything you see, everything you feel. It is everything you are. How would you know if someone stole your mind? How would you know if someone stole your mind? How would you know if someone stole your mind?
Yeah, Council, how would you know? This is the Angkor Wat temple complexes, and the last couple clips that I just put in that array are the Angkor Wat temple complex. These are the faces of your ancestors. Take a good look at them. The Supreme Asiatic. You know what time it is. Don't tell me nothing about being no bleak. We are the Nubian, Kushites, native. It's all one blood. Do you get me? They tried to erase it from your memory. Erase everything from the lexicon, from the word sound power. But that frequency, I'm telling you, it exists within us at the core. It's in the Akashic records. Have your total recall and remember, family, this is where we're coming from. That's where we're returning to. This greatness and this glory. Do you really think some horse and buggies over in Cambodia built Angkor Wat? No, family, not in a million years. Angkor Wat. Ankh or Wat in Cambodia. Remember the Kam, the Kem, the Kamites. It's all the same thing. The chemistry, the alchemy, it all comes from you. It's in the blood and it's reflected in everything in the reality. They tried to hide it. Mystic Youth is here to expose it. This is the crystal grid activation. No horse and buggy built this. This is from your ancestors, the eternal empire. They shut it down, created the great freeze they called the Ice Age, eradicated and extincted 90% of us, but a remnant remained. A seed remained, and that seed has now grown into a cedar of Lebanon, a great titan. You guys understand, and we are here to awaken us all in the realest way. Total recall. Get back to your original self. This should spark the fire in you. If this doesn't, I don't know what will. Again, no horse and buggy built this. This is from your ancestors. They stole your minds. Now we're taking them back. Move accordingly. Let's go. Bang bang.
How would you know if someone stole your mind?
You know when you stop believing the lie and knowing the truth. You go within and you spiral up. Bang bang.
Hey yo, peace fam. So it's God, Orion TV. Bang bang bang. More life, family. Bliss up. Abundance. And I don't know. Already. So yo, council. Remember when I told you guys, when the invaders came into our lands, they had to eradicate all the organic beings, the ones that were holding the frequency and pattern of the original atmosphere. This is an example of that, family. These are buffalo skulls. When the invaders came into the reality, they went directly to murdering the buffaloes in particular, because the buffaloes were part of our environment. They're part of our pattern, our food supply. They were used for clothes. They were used for making teepees. Plus, they were just a sacred animal. It was one of our natural resources. It made up a part of our economy. The invaders knew this. They went about destroying every aspect of our society in order to cripple us and make us easier to defeat. Again, one of those things was wiping out our natural resources. After they murdered the majority of the buffaloes, that's when they created the cow. They domesticated and genetically modified the buffaloes and turned them into cows. These farm cows you have here today in the range. They did the same thing to you, the people. You are a carbon/silicon based, plant based entity. They murdered the majority of you, and the ones that remained, they genetically modified you and turned you into the goyim of the Cabbage Patch. The goyim means worthless feeder, aka a cow. They had to destroy all the organics that were made in the Most High's image and recreate everything in their pattern in order to create the atmosphere we have today. Like I said, most of these life forms here in the reality have been heavily genetically modified. But the greatest thing, family, is that the source code is at the base of everything. They had to modify source code. This shift that we're in represents the self-correcting algorithm. The plasma, the electromagnetism, all the elements working together to raise the frequency is correcting all the evil the fallen did to us in order to reverse the spin and create the ice age that we currently find ourselves in right now. Yes, we're still in the great ice age. We're literally in the end of it now, the end of the Kali Yuga, the end of the big freeze. This is why the reptiles are fretting. The atmosphere is shifting back to the original pattern. The earth is heating up and all the ice from the ice age is melting off. To create the ice age, they had to reverse the spin. One of those things they did was murder the organic life forms that were projecting the original pattern of the garden. They had to murder those life forms, recreate the projectors in their image, put a whole new film on the real, which is their narrative, and have the world push that. All we have to do to take back the reality is take back our minds. Again, the source code is underlying everything. The crystal grid is what still powers everything. We just have to take back control of our circuitry and start pushing the right energy through it. Stop following Babylon's pattern of destruction and extinction. They are on a path of annihilation because they are the anti-life equation, as you can see by these piles of buffalo skulls. There's piles of your family's skulls under the ground in catacombs like in France, where they used our bones to literally make structures, entire cities underground out of our bones. It's the same thing. These demonic vampires ran through the realm, decimating everything. But again, the self-correcting algorithm, the Most High nature, has kicked in, and all of us who survived and stay true will be resurrected. Just like all the ancient animals that they thought they wiped out, but the blueprint was still in us, they're all coming back same way. You can't kill anything. All you did was delay the inevitable. Now we're resurrecting, flipping the atmosphere back to its original charge. And guess what? You gotta go now. Let's go. Bang, bang. Yeah.
Yeah, Council, and before the Great Freeze, aka the Fall, we didn't even hunt the animals. We started doing that after we fell, but at the same time, it was still in a sacred manner. We didn't just kill them off piecemeal, and we were not brutal about it. Everything was done in accordance to the pattern. These vampires, they are not with that. They're about torture, murder, destruction, and trauma. That's what keeps the world frozen up. It's when the people can't get in motion. They're too scared to move, too afraid to expand based on what's happened to us in the past. Let go of that. Drop the dead weight. It's time to spiral up. We're in a new range now, and I promise you, nothing can stop us. Let's go.
Yo, Council, I need y'all to stop playing with me, and I'm serious. It's not a joke anymore. You guys see what's going on here? I don't want to hear from anyone. Guys, look, this is the Aegean Sea off the coast of Turkey, and all the waves are square. How are the waves square? Anyway, Council, you know what it is. You're looking at a grid pattern. Water is energy. Water follows frequency. There is a grid pattern that has been activated like the flower of life, and it's being expressed out here in the range. The water holds the code. There is some kind of frequency activation taking place. That's why you see the square grid pattern. And again, I need you to stop playing with me. Is this new Earth or is this new Earth? I don't care what you claim is causing this. This effect is mind-blowing and it needs to be looked into. Personally, I go within when it comes to situations like this. And like I said, this is the natural Earth grid pattern, and it's being expressed right here and now because nothing can stop the rise in the frequency. Let's go. Bang, bang. Yeah.
Yeah, Council, again, this to me is amazing, absolutely brilliant. No one can tell me nothing. It's the new Earth power grid activation. The crystal grid is on and it is humming, and this is the results of that. You're gonna see all the geometric patterns being expressed in the universe because this is the code.
Yo, I had a crazy download, right? So I asked myself, I said, yo, whatever happened to like all of the empires from back in the day, like all of the kings and queens? And how did they turn into like governments and shit? So then I went into another rabbit hole. I'm like, yo, the only way that a king or a queen would ever give up their land, right, is if they absolutely had no other choice. So then I went into another rabbit hole. What could force people to like give that shit up? Is if they was going against something that they could not beat at that time, bro. And they had to come into compliance. Yo. And then I think that the people that didn't come into compliance, yo, they got completely erased. Now, how is this possible? Bro, the extraterrestrials, bro. I'm telling y'all. Yo. Or as we know, the reptoids, yo. Y'all may say, oh my God, you're pushing it, you gotta put the gas down, whatever, bro.
Just look this information up, man, and read that shit. How is that possible? Now, y'all know they've been pushing this alien agenda shit. Yo, let's make this shit make sense, yo. Think about this. Mansa Musa, the richest black man that ever lived. Where did his empire go? Where did all that cheese go? Oh my God!
What if the 2025 pole shift is responsible for making all these planes crash? Could a pole shift really do this? Every time there is a pole shift, our realities actually flip. So above, so below. So within, so without. We can sit here, argue and debate about why these planes are crashing. We could blame it on chemtrails. We could blame it on the pilots. We could sit here and ask why all day. But this has something to do with the people that's really on these planes. There are certain people on this planet that have a great awareness about what's taking place, and their magnetism in their body is starting to activate, vibrate, higher frequencies. But this story have a deeper twist, because every time they speak about these airplanes, they're speaking about the 7 planes of existence. Airplane, plane of existence. It's not really about the airplanes, it's about creation itself. If you look over here, these are the 7 planes of existence. Or we could say the 7 days of the week, lucky number 7, the 7 angels blowing their trumpets, the 7 seals. It's a reason why number 7 is so powerful in our universe. It's dealing with us and creation. This story is also connected to the 7 continents. Before these 7 continents were separated, we had something called Pangea. When our ancestors was living back in ancient days, they was living in Pangea, where all the continents was one. When the continents started to separate, our consciousness started to separate. Continent, consciousness. You hear all these scientists speaking about the Big Bang. The Big Bang. What caused the Big Bang? Well, the Big Bang was Pangea and all the continents that separated. But when people speak about the new Earth, they were speaking about Pangea coming back. When the Big Bang took place, or the separation of Pangea, we had different languages, created different religions. When you hear stories about the devil, they're just speaking about something that was separated from creation. Just think about it like this for a moment. If a tree branch falls from the tree, what's going to happen to that branch? That's what happened to us. We fell off the tree of life and we started to decay, die, separate. We were never supposed to speak all these weird ass languages. We were never supposed to have all these different religions. We were supposed to be one with nature, one with the universe, and one with everything, because everything is everything. Next time you hear about the airplanes falling out of the sky, don't panic. Everything is going backwards and a new earth is about to be formed. So try to understand what is the planes of existence and stop fearing planes falling out of the sky. The Big Bang is just us being separated all across the world. But that shit is about to change. For more information about these topics, check out my ebook. The link is in the bio.
Hey y'all, so I'm driving by my house and then I take a look at this and it's like, yo, when did McDonald's go dark, y'all? When did McDonald's go dark? I mean, look at this. When did McDonald's go dark? Y'all see this? Bro, what kind of Mandela effect are we in? That's what I'm saying. What timeline are we in? When did McDonald's go dark? Look at this shit, y'all. Look at it. Look at these people just lined up for this shit. Lined up for the poison. When did McDonald's go dark? Look at this shit. When did McDonald's go dark, y'all? What kind of Mandela effect is this? No, when did McDonald's go dark? That's crazy. Nah, y'all cannot tell me that's not a Mandela effect. Y'all cannot, bro, no way. Nah, this is crazy. Nah.
So you telling me after 130 years, they finally found out the identity of Jack the Ripper? And I know you looking at your phone like, how? But yeah, it's true. Jack the Ripper was identified. And you'll never guess how they found him. He left a scarf at the scene of the crime. Let's jump down this rabbit hole. So Russell Edwards, a historian that had to be obsessed with the Jack the Ripper story, just cracked the case. Basically, Russell got hold of that scarf or shawl that he left at the scene of the crime. They DNA tested, and guess what? They found out it's him. Now look at this shit. That picture right there is Jack the Ripper, whose real name was Aaron Kaminsky. And allegedly, that's the monster behind all of those heinous crimes. Now supposedly, Aaron, aka Jack the Ripper, was a barber. And people that knew him knew he was kind of off, but they never knew that he was Jack the Ripper. Well, as the story goes, Jack the Ripper murdered at least 5 women in 1888 in East London. What made these crimes so heinous? He was known for removing their organs, and he was also known for slitting their throat. We all know, of course, that he was never found. He was never identified until today. And of course, there was a lot of suspects, a lot of leads that went nowhere. But guess what? Aaron was a suspect as well. What's even crazier is he ended his life in a mental institution. That's why.
Just a couple days away from the new moon in Pisces. And this is a new moon in Pisces in a 9-year. The energies of this new moon specifically are going to be extremely potent. In this video, I'm going to explain why. And I'm going to tell you how to take advantage of and harness the energy so that you can use it for manifestation, because this new moon is peak manifestation energy. New moons are all about manifestation because it's an alignment of the sun and the moon, which means an alignment of the masculine and feminine, thought and emotion. The perfect time for planting the seed of what you want to manifest. Remember, that's how manifestation works. A thought, which represents the masculine, must impregnate the heart, which represents the feminine, which then must carry it to term. New moons are all about starting something new, so this is how you plant those seeds of those manifestations. Now, this new moon is taking place in Pisces. Pisces represents the deepest part of the human subconscious. It represents all things ethereal, things that you can't see. And when there's a new moon in Pisces, it's all about bringing things from the illusion, from your imagination, into reality, into the real world. Earlier, I emphasized this was taking place in a 9-year because the number 9 governs the letters I and R, which is illusion and reality, incarnation, reincarnation. So it also represents bringing things from the illusion and from the imagination into the real world. And the new moon starts on the 27th. 2 plus 7 also equals 9. So this is extremely strong manifestation energy. So how does everybody take advantage of it? Since this is a new moon in Pisces, water rituals. You can even incorporate a little bit of fire since Mars just went direct right before the new moon in Pisces, which is pushing those actions forward. Deep introspection, heavy meditation, a lot of going within. Remember, this is happening in Pisces, so you have to go within, align your thoughts with your heart to plant those seeds of manifestation. Another very key factor in all this is knowing what type of manifester you are out of the 144 different types. In case you didn't know, yes, there are 144 different types of manifestors. Knowing the type of manifestor you are is key to manifesting in the fastest, most efficient way. Not only knowing what to do to manifest, but also knowing what not to do, things that'll hinder your manifestations. And if knowing what type of manifestor you are is something that interests you, click the link in my bio or go to blindzachreadings.com and get the lot of manifestation reading. That reading breaks down what manifestation is and isn't, cutting through all the new age spiritual bullshit. It also tells you what type of manifestor you are out of the 144 different types, gives you 11 ways that you specifically manifest the fastest, and 11 things that'll keep you from manifesting. It'll also come with a 61-page planner and a 2025 numerology forecast telling you everything you have coming up this year according to your numerology at Play with Universal Numerology. Right now, that reading is over $50 off. Everything at the link in my bio is heavily discounted. The Bible of You is over $100 off, and it comes with everything I just mentioned, plus a numerology reading, plus an astrology reading. The All of You has all kinds of readings in one massive package. The Bible of You and All of You are both $100 off. Get them while you can. This sale is not going to last forever. Everything is cheaper than it's ever been and cheaper than it ever will be. And all of y'all get ready to take advantage of that new moon energy. Get ready to manifest.
I wasn't even going to do an outro, but you know what? I'm going to keep it brief. I said what I had to say in the beginning because I feel wrong not doing the outro. I'm sitting here watching the rerun with you guys. Yo, I love y'all, man. Thanks for watching. Even if you saw this already and you watched again, like I said, the next presentation is going to be pretty interesting. I recorded it on March the 4th, which was my solar return 2 rotations ago. And after that, we'll pick up from there. I love y'all. Grace, gratitude, thanks for everything. Grace, gratitude, thanks for everything. Rocking out from the beginning, energetic exchange. Grace, gratitude, thanks to anyone and everyone who has ever sown the seed with me. It will be returned 100-fold as the Most High using you as a divine vessel to divine support yours truly, because it's all about divine support. I just want to say grace, gratitude, and thanks. Peace and prosperity, you and yours. It never goes unnoticed. Really does help the channel, the foundation of my well-being. Yeah, I was here the whole time watching with y'all, bro. I was watching with y'all. Literally watching with you guys. You know what I'm saying? He said, you was here? Yeah, I was here. I was here watching with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yo, look. Like I said, I wasn't gonna do an intro, but I felt guilty because I'm sitting here watching with y'all. I love y'all. Safe traveling to Astros. I'll see y'all next time. Haven, I'm out. You know what I mean? The next video, like I said, the next presentation is a pre-recorded video. After that, we're going to pick right up where we left off and all things like that. I love y'all. I'm out, man. Haven out. Safe traveling to Astros. You already know. Balance and harmony, man. Love and unity.